President Trump has been very vocal of his labor-friendly views and standing for working people. He personally invited the president of the Teamsters to speak at the RNC, you may recall. Is this the UAW acting politically and not actually in the interest of our workers? Or will these comments hurt President Trump in the eyes of the swayable union bosses? Joining us now is Patrick Semmens of the National Right to Work Legal Defense Foundation. Patrick, welcome to the program.
Hi, Chanel. Great to be with you.
What were your thoughts when you heard Trump and Musk make that exchange?
Well, I didn't think too much of the exchange. I mean, it's a pretty simple, limited statement. What is outrageous is that the UAW is trying to have this political stunt where they're claiming this violates federal labor law, and they're trying to get the Biden-Harris National Labor Relations Board to go after their political enemies. Whether it's Donald Trump, and the charge was filed against the Donald Trump campaign for president, or whether it's Elon Musk, and that charge was filed against Tesla. And we know that Tesla workers have rejected the UAW, and UAW organizers have tried to get in there. And so the UAW doesn't like that. They don't like the fact that a lot of their members are either supporting Trump or considering supporting Trump. And so I think this is a political stunt designed to help their political allies in the Biden and now the Harris campaign. And it really has little to do with what's best for rank and file workers that they claim to represent, but so often don't.
Perhaps this needs clarification, and I think you touched on it very briefly just now, but does the UAW really have grounds to file federal labor charges against both of these men?
Well, I don't think that these would hold up in court. Certainly if a judge got these, they would say, you know, there's a First Amendment right here. And the idea that a leading presidential candidate can be interviewed in front of millions of people and that the National Labor Relations Board should be in the position to censor that speech, I think it would get tossed in a minute. However, they do know that the Biden-Harris NLRB has taken a very aggressive stance on censoring speech that union officials don't like. So whether it's censoring their political enemies, whether it's being weaponized against employers who maybe resist unionization, and here at National Right to Work, we help a lot of employees who don't like what union bosses are doing in their name, and we see them being targeted by this NLRB as well.
No, this is certainly a fascinating debate, and it's gone through a lot of different iterations, the right to work crowd and the union crowd. I know you guys have had a lot of ups and downs, but one of the more interesting developments, I think, from a broader historical perspective, is that President Trump has had the support of several unions. His running mate, J.D. Vance, has been very critical of right to work, signaling that the party is embracing union workers and labor-friendly policies. This is not a traditional Republican stance. How do the people at your organization feel about this shift?
Well, I'm not sure it's quite as dramatic as a lot of people like to make it out. I mean, the truth is, union bosses do their own thing. They have their own political agenda. It's so often completely out of step with the very rank and file workers they claim to represent. I mean, the UAW boss, I think the same day as he endorsed Biden, supposedly on behalf of the entire UAW, he went on television and admitted that a majority of his members won't be voting for Biden. So, you know, there's always been this disconnect, and I think Donald Trump has had a really good instinct to be able to talk to the rank and file and solicit their votes and address issues that are important to them. But generally not support the union bosses and go around them and talk to the rank and file because they have interests that are very different from the union officials with their fancy headquarters in Washington, D.C.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.